Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome to the I'm So Great podcast. I am your host, Mso the Great. Yes, I am great because I bring great to the plate. We at Lovely Relax Studios recording live today, like we always do. Man, I had a really big week, man. It was a really big week. I took a break off of going live, took a break off of the podcast for a few days for this week so I can get some much needed growth time, some much needed growth time. This was a particularly powerful week, a great week of growth for myself. I can't even explain to you how intense it was for me. So let's start from the top. So this week, my sons graduated. Now, my youngest, my youngest boy, graduated from preschool to elementary school, preschool to kindergarten. Excuse me, graduated from preschool to kindergarten. Shout out to Adonis, Daddy, love you, so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna front. He fought every drop of that shit. But he's so smart and he catches things and he gets things so, you know what I'm saying? He gets things so quick, you know. But yeah, he hung on. He got the information and he was able to process the information, to use the information. Is just like his father in that concept. He learned something. He want to use the information, but so he was able to use the information. But at the same time, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. He did he didn't really want to get up and go there and do that. It was it's but at the same time, Daddy's extremely proud of you. Love you. You know what I'm saying? And my oldest son, my firstborn, Sincere, he graduated from high school. Graduated from high school this week. That was um that was a big thing. You know, and it's a big thing for real because it's he's 18 now, graduated from high school, got a job, got his own car, license, things of that nature. And it's like, this kid's a man. This kid's a man, you know, and as his father, you know, as his father, his mother and I, you know, it was an emotional week. It was an emotional week, you know. He's moving on. It's his time now. It's his time. It's his world. The world is yours. It's your time, my boy. I can't wait to see what you do with it. You know, we whatever resource that we can help you with, you know, damn well that we got you. We support you. You're so talented. You're brilliant and beautiful young man. And I can't wait to see what you make of this world, my boy. You know, so I can't wait to see what you make of this world. With sincere is for me, you know, because he's my firstborn. He's my firstborn. It's very special. It's very special to me. I attribute him to being the main catalyst of making me a man. You know, I was married to his mother already. It wasn't we didn't have a baby mama type situation and shit. We were already married, and we were married for a couple of years. We were married for a few years actually. You know, we got married at 20, and we had Sincere when we were about 24. And so, you know, we were married for a good amount of time before we had our first child. And we got married at 20, and I definitely felt like a man. I definitely felt like a man. Um, when it came to taking care of my wife and standing up to the responsibilities of a man, damn right, was there every step of the way. You know, I went to the military, went to the army, you know, and was able to take care of her, was able to hold her down, was able to make sure she was a housewife for years. She was in school getting her education, you know. So I definitely stood tall when it came to being the provider and the man in her life. But I didn't truly understand what being a man was until my son was born, until I was empowered with the responsibility of raising a son, teaching a son, curating a son. You know what I'm saying? We're all content curators and stuff. So curating the son, his life. You know, I think I told him I told him this past after he graduated. Well, the day before he graduated, I went in this room and you know what I'm saying, me and his baby brother, we you know what I'm saying, we jumped on him, you know what I'm saying, dog piled him, jumped on him, and just celebrated him, man, and just congratulated him. And I mainly congratulated him because, he did this on his own for real. I got up every single morning and woke him up, made sure he got to school. What I'm saying, I did my best with inspiring him. I made sure that his mother was being taken care of and happy, so he would be able to live in a happy home. Um, I bought all his clothes and food and took care of, made sure he was good. But when it came to his education, I mean, that's something he took on his own. He truly took it on his own and he truly did his thing. I mean, let's say I would intervene if the teacher was sending home a progress report or something like that, stating that he's missing a lot of assignments, mainly because, in my personal opinion, the strongest thing that you can do in your education is to do every assignment. And I don't say do every assignment because I believe that you're going to learn the most from doing every assignment. I say do every assignment because that is going to empower you the most as an adult. Being able to execute on goals, being able to make accomplish goals, being able to finish things within a time span, having to be having to be good at time management, things of that nature. So if you do every assignment, that's what those things are happening. You do every assignment. And then if you do every assignment, you have pretty much been abreast of all the information. And if you've been abreast of all the information, then you when you face the test, you have a little better opportunity, you know, when it comes to succeeding. But I mainly do it because if you accomplish doing every assignment, you're able to, have a strong grounding on what it's going to take when you become an adult and have to execute and things of that nature. I'm an entrepreneur. I would love for my children to be entrepreneurs, but a lot of times it doesn't happen in that fashion where the children are entrepreneurs as well. But I would love for my children to be entrepreneurs. But the I still want to teach them how to run things and run their own life. And if I can teach them how to run things and run their own life, then they will have the option of being an entrepreneur, or they'll be an employee, will be a great employee, and also be be a great employee, but also have some type of I would say life fulfillment as well. Because if you're good at executing goals and you're good at time management, a lot of times that means you're good at being able to schedule you some free time as well. You know what I'm saying? So you can have some R and you don't have to go be so stressed with constantly executing on a gig. You know, but that's what's important to me. Make sure you do every assignment. But so if I would get progress reports and stuff like that where he hasn't done the assignments and stuff, I would bring that up. But besides that, it's not like that has happened a lot. It's not like that's happened a lot. He's been on his work. He's been I mean, really maintaining, holding his own thing down. And so I was so proud of him when he got his degree. Me personally, I did not graduate from high school on time. I graduated from high school a month before I turned 20. A month before I turned 20 is when I actually graduated from high school. So, having my son go straight through, never have any problems, never have any issues, never getting attention or anything like that in the entire time that he was in school, graduating on time, never failing the class, all those things, man, that's just absolutely fantastic to me. And I just want to just kudos to my boy for standing tall and holding it down and setting yourself up for the future. Now we're just going to make sure that the next move is your best move, you know, so you can make sure that you have a better opportunity in this world, you know. So that was dope. Not only did my son graduate, but also my niece graduated as well, and that's very important to me because my niece is like my daughter as well. Absolutely. I'm in our family structure, a lot of the other fathers aren't really around. My niece in particular, her father wasn't around. That's saying. With that being said, I did what I could to be in her life and make sure that she understood that, you know what I'm saying, she had male protectors and she had people, you know what I'm saying, when she comes to them, she has a safe space, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure that even though, you know what I'm saying, my brother Keith wasn't able to be there for her, that she knows that, you know, people are there for her. And it wasn't just myself, you know what I'm saying? Her grandfather was absolutely huge part of her life. Her grandfather has been playing the true father role, the true dad role has been her grandfather. You know what I'm saying? And then also she has other uncles as well, other uncles that were that, you know, participated in her life as well. And her other grandparents, other grandfather as well on the other side. So she, you know what I'm saying, we came together to make sure that she was protected and had, you know, protections and things of that nature, because since her father was gone, I mean, she absolutely blossomed into such an incredible young woman. It's such an incredible young woman. Right now, she's on a track to be a teacher, and she's already has her teaching certificate, and she's fresh out of high school. She just graduated. Now already has her teaching certificate as well. She has a full ride to go to college. She's leaving early so she can go to summer school so she can get on this and execute ASAP. Excuse me, which is just crazy. Which lets you know how goal oriented she is. You know, out of all the children, out of all the children, she was the one that was in sports, doing extra things. She was a cheerleader, she was in track, and I mean beasted in both. And she did both of those things, you know what I'm saying, throughout high school. And so, and also she had jobs. She would have a job as well. You know, so she was she was a grinder. She is a grinder. You know what I'm saying? She is a grinder. And I'm absolutely proud of her. I can't wait to see what life plays out for you. Can't see all the things that you get accomplished, Kitty. You know what I'm saying? Oh, her name is Nyla, but we call her Kitty. You know, I call her Kitty. But I can't wait to see what you get accomplished in this world. You know, you already have your track. You number one, I mean, are the one of the hardest workers out here. You go hard. You go hard. You stand tall. You understand your background and you use that as a catalyst to push you forward. You know, I'm just absolutely kudos. I'm absolutely proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna miss the hell out you when you leave. You, it's hard to let go. It's hard to let go of the babies, man. I mean, you know you gotta let go. You understand deep down inside that they must grow up, that they have this their time. They're gonna. We understand that, but it's just not the easiest thing, man. It's not the easiest thing to let go, and it's not the easiest thing, you know what I'm saying, to let the children leave the nest like that. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm absolutely proud of you. We partied. We threw the graduation party on Saturday. My niece graduated on Tuesday. My son graduated on Thursday. So we threw the family graduation party for the both of them on that Saturday. Also for my son, my my baby boy who graduated from preschool. He won't let nobody forget that he graduated too. He won't let nobody forget that he graduated. He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget, I'm in the pictures. I need the gifts too. You know what I'm saying? He won't play no games about that. You know what I mean? We had the DJ come out, all that. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. We had a great time. The whole family came. I mean, people came from they came from Detroit, they came from Cincinnati, they came from Maryland. You know what I'm saying? My pops came from Texas, Houston, Texas. My pops came, you know what I mean? And we got to bond and build. You know, that was another great part of growth uh, that I experienced last week. You know, I'm 42 years old, man. I'm 42 years old, and I've never spent a Father's Day with my father. You know, my father wasn't really in my life. I mean, he acknowledged me. He acknowledged that I was his son, but he lived in Texas and I lived in Virginia. And so we, you know, we didn't really get to be in each other's lives like that. because of that situation, that scenario. And with that, there's a lot of things that I missed, a lot of things that I didn't know, especially about him and about myself. It's when you get around your father, and I'm sure there are a lot of sons out here like this that are just like their father, like just like this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a little more cool. Like my pops is chill, like he cool as hell, charismatic, cool. You know what I'm saying? When he walk in a room, you know what I'm saying? The women go, I mean, that's pops. You know what I'm saying? And and it was crazy, man, because it's like, damn, it's it. They're like, damn, I never really knew where I got that from. I'm so different from the rest of the people in my family. I never really understood, where I got that from. And he came in town, man, and he stayed for a few days, and we spent a lot of time together. Like we damn near spent the whole time together, you know. He came to me to the shop, and you know what I'm saying, we kicked it and all that shit, man, and we talked, and I was it was a therapeutic, beautiful time. Again, I learned so much about myself from watching this guy, you know, from watching this guy. You know what I'm saying? And I know it may not be that big a thing if you spent a lot of time around your father, if you knew your father and stuff like that. It's like I say that it's the first Father's Day I've ever spent with my father. And truthfully, we really didn't even spend the whole day together because he flew back to Texas that morning. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to spend the whole day together. But at the same time, just that little, you know what I'm saying? Got him, gave him a ride to the airport and all that, man. Just that little time right there. It's crazy, man. It's crazy because it's like I'm a grown man, but I'm still a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm still his son. I'm still his boy. You know what I mean? I'm still his boy. And that's just a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? It just gives me hope. I know when my son, 42, he's still gonna be, he's still gonna need pops. He's still going, it's crazy, man. It's crazy because I, when you don't when you're not around when you don't live with your father, and you feel like, for myself, I felt like I was abandoned. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was abandoned and shit, but it wasn't. I felt, but it. I just didn't really get the whole story and get to understand everything, just being in your emotions and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, it was like I went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot. I went through a lot in here, really. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot because of it. And it's just like, you know, this is a cool guy. You know, it took me so long to be cool with this cat, man. It took me so long to want to sit down and have conversations. It took me so long to be open to conversations and stuff like that, man. But I had to grow. I had to mature. That part of my life, I was extremely immature, just period. I was extremely immature. But I say my father was too. You know what I'm saying? And we're both reaching a level of maturity where it's just like, we got to work through this. You know, my pops beat cancer twice. You know what I'm saying? He beat cancer twice. And that's some big shit. And when I seen him, man, he looked good. You know what I mean? He looked good. He looked healthy. You know what I mean? He be working out. He had muscles and shit. It's like, he ain't never been no workout guy. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never been no workout guy. You know? And now, man, it's like, brother fit. You know what I'm saying? He done beat cancer twice, man. He in love and shit. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. He comes here, and I mean, he just praising me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I be grinding and shit all the time, and I do a lot for a lot of people. And you don't always get the love that you feel like you should get You know what I'm saying? When you do things, especially, you know what I'm saying, as a man, you don't always feel that. And people get obligated to the things you do. When you become a provider and shit, people just get obligated to that for real. You know what I'm saying? They get more upset about you not, they get more passionate about you not doing than they do about the fact that you're doing, you know? But stuff like that happens. Ain't really too much you could do to stop that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he just, him being my pops, man, he came and he acknowledged me, man. He acknowledged the things that I got going on, and you know what I mean, with my family, how we, you know what I'm saying, my home. It was just beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you live your life and you keep telling yourself, man, I don't need no praise for this shit. I don't need, you know what I'm saying? I make it happen because I got to for my family. I make it happen because this type of man I am. I make it happen because these things that I want, these things that I want to accomplish, and yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? And you say it like that, and you be feeling like that, and it's just you really building up a shell, that tough exterior, that tough exterior. You building up that tough exterior to be able to handle things, you know what I'm saying? Because you felt abandoned or something like that. And so you're building up this tough shell. Like you don't need nobody, you got this, you can do this, you ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to be vulnerable, you know? And that was the thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really want to be vulnerable around them like that and shit. You know what I'm saying? But then it just started to open up a little more and shit. We started having some real conversations. It was just crazy, man. It's fantastic. You know what I'm saying? He get down like me and shit, Smooth and get down. You know what I mean? And then he cool as fuck, man. That's the craziest shit. He cool as hell. Like everywhere I went, all the people just kept telling me how cool my pops is. You know what I'm saying? It was just nuts. You know what I'm saying? It was just nuts. It was just everybody was just so cool with him, and he was just fitting everywhere like perfectly and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like perfectly. You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, that's where I get it from. You know what I'm saying? Sociable, charismatic. You know, strong. Like damn, I be grinding all the time, and I've built like some dope shit and made some dope shit happen and believing in myself and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I used to believe that I get my work ethic strictly from my mom. My mom is a hard worker. That's one thing I can definitely give to her. She a hard worker. She'll put in that time. She'll grind. You know what I'm saying? She a hard worker. So me being a hard worker, I always thought that I got that from her, but it was because I didn't know my pops. You know what I'm saying? My pops a hard ass worker too. You know what I'm saying? Put that shit in. My pops a hard ass worker too. You know what I'm saying? This cat damn, it's funny as shit. Cause we were talking and shit. I remember I was talking to him a few years ago, and he came to the house, stayed for a couple days. I was talking to him a few years ago, and damn, we were talking about, at the time I was going through a lot. You know, we started these businesses and we were having issues everywhere, man. I was saying my finances were crazy. You know what I'm saying? My business partners was going crazy. I mean, it was just crazy. Everything was just crazy at that time. And damn, and my pockets was crazy, so I was looking for a better job. I had a gig at the time. I was looking for a better job and shit, and I was having a hard time. I was a disabled veteran. I'm a disabled veteran. I got 3 degrees, have all this management experience, and couldn't get an interview. You know what I'm saying? Put in over 200 applications and couldn't get an interview. You know what I'm saying? And it was getting real frustrating. It was getting real crazy and shit. And you know what I'm saying? I'm explaining this to him and stuff. I'm talking to him. And he just started telling me this story. He was like, for a long time, he was like a security guard. Security guard, you know what I'm saying? For a long time, he was in security. And he started getting into IT. And not getting into IT like he went to school or nothing like that, but getting into IT like sitting down with people and they really teaching him. He learning shit, like he really getting into IT. And he was doing this for some years as he was in security, doing this shit for some years, like getting into IT, you know what I'm saying? Like really being a beast and shit, looking up networks and stuff like that. So, damn, he did that for a while. And the person, you know what I'm saying? He started getting like really clicked in with people that was in that field. He was getting clicked in with the people that was in that field, and he was helping them on the side with shit. He ain't got no, he ain't have a certificate, no degree, nothing like that. He's a security guard and just helping the IT people and shit on the side. And then it gets to a point where they had a position open, and the IT guys is like, "Look, you need to apply for that position." The IT manager, you need to apply for that position. Pops was like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't have, you know what I'm saying? My father has a GED. You know what I mean? He don't have any college, you know what I'm saying, education, nothing like that. And he don't have any like certificates and things like that. So he was like, hey man, I don't have the education for this. And the dude was like, hey, I think you're a shoe in, you should apply for the job. And he ended up getting the job. And so he went from being in security to being in IT and didn't have to get the education. Now, I'm pretty sure that once he got the job, he had to take certain certification training, stuff like that. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? But what I can tell you is he worked so hard and so diligently that his skills put him in a field that he wasn't even focused on getting into. The skills that he had were above the education, and yo, I felt like that was a dope ass story, man. It was dope. It was empowering because it's like this is where we get it from. And something he also said as well. He was saying this a lot. He was like, he'll say he from Houston. He from, you know what I'm saying? He from here, he from Portsmouth, Virginia and shit. But you know what I mean, he been in Houston a long time. He been in Houston like 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So I keep telling him like, you say you from Virginia, nigga, but you from fucking Houston. Nigga, you been in Houston 40 years. You only 62. You know what I'm saying? You 62. You been in Houston 40 years. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So damn, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So motherfucking so you know what I'm saying? He anyway, he from Houston, so he got a he be talking like cats in Texas and shit, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, he was just like, hey Doc, favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, and it just ever since he said that to me, it's like that sticks in my mind, man. Favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. We grind, man. We sacrifice a lot as business leaders and business owners and entrepreneurs. Yo, we sacrifice a lot. People have a negative perception of what it takes to be a business owner. You know what I'm saying? People think it's one of those, oh, well, their family gave them money. And so since somebody family gave them money to start a business, for some reason, it was easier for them. Yes, it was easier for them to acquire financing, but that's not the only thing it takes to build a business. You know what I'm saying? And for myself, I'm not a trust fund kid at all. I didn't get no fucking money. Every drop of everything that we got came from grinding and hell fucking Marys. Hail Marys, nigga. We the Hail Mary team. Like, damn, my wife and I are the Hail Mary couple. We'll Hail Mary the fuck out some shit. We don't have all the pieces. We don't have all the resources. But we found out one thing. It's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. We became extremely resourceful. Extremely resourceful. Our resourcefulness has 10x has 10x. And so with that, I've been able to invest in starting a business. Now, invest in starting a business mean I had barely enough money to get this shit started. And I grind and I worked every fucking day to make it happen. And when you are going into a business and you see a immigrant running a business, and you tell yourself, oh, well, it's easier for them to get financing, it's easier for them to run businesses. It's like, I don't know if it's easier for them to get financing, but what I can tell you is it's never easy running a business. Never. I don't care what your business is. It's not easy. It's not easy. Some tough shit. It's some tough shit. So anytime that you have favor in business or favor in anything, favor in love, favor in success, favor in wealth, favor in health, if you got favor in anything, you understand that this is not regular, or you should understand it. You should. Favor ain't fair, dog. Favor ain't fair. I'm telling you, man, this was a this was an incredible week, man. I've had an incredible week. Our whole family came together. So many business opportunities were just falling into our lap. My son, my niece, my baby boy, all transitioning to the next level. All transitioning to the next level. I can't be. My heart is so full right now. My heart is so full right now. And I got a lot of negative shit happening at the same time, but there's no reason to even focus on it. I look at negative shit in my life at this point as the universe balancing shit out. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just have all positive. You got to have some lessons to learn in there too. And that's where the negative shit comes from. It comes from you about to learn some more lessons. You're about to learn some more lessons. You're about to have to develop. You're about to have to evolve. You know what I'm saying? That's what that shit mean. You know? Shit like you gonna have to evolve. You know what I'm saying? It's like damn. Let me just make sure I'm still good. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to evolve. And then you evolving, you know, it's gonna take a lot sometimes. Sometimes it takes a lot for you to evolve. You gotta experience a lot of shit. You gotta go through a lot of shit so you can evolve. You know? But this week, it's been a spectacular week, man. It's been a spectacular week. I was just in the moment so much. I didn't even do any podcasts. I should have put my pops on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Should have got my pops on the podcast. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna learn how to motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, split screen and bring people in and shit like that. Cause I really don't know how to do that shit right now. But I'm gonna learn how to do all that shit. And when I learn how to do that shit, then motherfucker, we gonna goddamn, you know what I'm saying? We gonna take it there. You know what I'm saying? We gonna take it there. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I learn how to do that, we gonna take it there. It's big time. You know what I'm saying? It's big time. But I digress. Shit. Yeah, man. So this has been a week of growth for me. I had to grow into a bigger man and accepting the growth of my little ones. Because no matter how old you are, you're gonna always be my babies. No matter how old you are, you will always have a warm place, a safe place. No matter how old you are, you will have all the resources I have and all the love I have. You're absolutely going to get that. And I'm absolutely proud of each and every one of you. My baby Layla, my middle child, my daughter, she graduates from high school next year. And she's already taking college courses right now. She started taking college courses in 11th grade. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Where did the time go? And it's nuts because you always hear the older people taking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, where did the time go? The time be flying. Them babies, they be out of there before you know it. They be out of there before you know it. And when they telling you this shit, your baby like 6 and you know what I'm saying, and 4 and 3 and 8 and 9. They like, baby, you know what I'm saying? No time soon. And then time soon come hella fast. Time soon come hella fast, man. Oh man, it gets crazy. It gets crazy. But you know what? We're all better for it. We're all better for it. We're all better for the growth. We're all better for the growth opportunities. We're all better for it. You know, they grow and it makes you grow. And we're all better from that concept. We're all better from that growth concept. You know, I'm doing my damnness to be able to build something incredible. So I have a lot to pass down. You know, I do this because of my family. It's all about breaking generational curses for me. And I come from a very a very poor family. I come from a poor family, and when you come from a poor family, one thing that you realize is, you know, most of your family has the same ideologies and the same belief system. And that belief system, a lot of times, is not in themselves and not in their abilities. You know, sometimes that belief system, you know what I'm saying, makes you extremely egotistical where you feel like you can't take a loss. And so you don't want to try because you can't take a loss. Or you do try, but you're only shooting for realistic things and that you feel like are realistic for you. And the thing I learned is, you know, with my God being so fantastic and with the universe being the being the thing that propels you through space, we have no clue what we can do until we do it. We have no clue how great we are until we're forced to be it. We have no clue how strong we are until we're forced to be it. So it's hard to come out of a harmonious rhythm. And in my family, poverty is a harmonious rhythm. But poverty comes with certain dynamics and certain mentalities and attitudes a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times. And, you know, one thing is if you can't be around other people that are successful or people that are more successful than you, then it's going to be hard for you to excel to the next level. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the vision to do it. And a lot of times to have the vision to do it, you gotta see it being done. And if you are one of those spectacular individuals who don't have to see it being done and could just go out there and do it, kudos, man. Kudos, claps for you, because you're brilliant and you the shit. But the rest of the world, a lot of them need examples. That's the reason why you've been hearing people complain so much about having representation in the government, having representation on television, having representation in business and organizations and in corporations, and having representation in the system. Not only because if you see yourself in the system, you'll know that you belong there, but also you feel like that somebody is at least going to be fighting for you because they're just like you, but anyway, so those things are extremely important. you know those things are extremely important, but we have to understand that to we have to understand that we have to work on us, and we have to work on our skills and figure out what are high dollar skills. Is if having high dollar is your aspiration, what are high dollar skills? How do you make high dollar? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to take the trainings? Are you willing to work for free until you get it, till you understand it? Are you willing to do something wrong until you get it right? Are you willing to do that? You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to do that, that's where it takes you to that next level. Taking those risks, being consistent, learning from the lessons, learning from the failures, making adjustments, being resilient. These things are the things that catapult you into success. The most important thing out of all of that is consistency. You know what I'm saying? But these things catapult you into success. So having the ability to grow, having the ability to identify your shortcomings and rise above it, identify your shortcomings and attack it, identify your shortcomings and put together a plan, a strategic plan to be able to overcome those, to be better. It's important for us to be better. It's very important. I feel like I'm better from this past week. I feel like my pops is better from this past week. You know what I'm saying? My pops, you know, he his father wasn't around there, except for his father's situation was different. His father abandoned him, but his father didn't claim him as well. So but he had his mother and he was living in the house with his mother and his grandmother, and they were mothers and grandmothers, like, you know what I'm saying, loving, overly loving, there for you, running to you, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like. So when he left me with my mother, he thought that that is what I was getting. So, you know what I'm saying, he felt like I was better off in that type of situation. And at the end of the day, my mama ain't his mama. You know what I'm saying? My grandmama on my mama's side is not my grandmama on my dad's side. They weren't the same person. You know what I'm saying? These were two completely different women. And so the situation that I was in was just a little more hectic, a little more crazier. You know what I'm saying? It was just a little more hectic, a little more crazier. And I was very angry because he was mad at his father as well. He was mad at his father as well, but he's a cool cat. He was raised by his grandfather for real. You know what I'm saying? He was raised by his grandfather for real. So he was a cool cat, you know. And so even him being angry, it don't spill out too far. At least not nowadays. I mean, I'm not sure how aggressive he was as a young man, but I've never heard any stories about him being an aggressive young man. You know what I'm saying? He was a kid, he was in church. He was just charismatic church boy, playing in the band, singing and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was he's so damn I got to have a better ideal, a better understanding of him, because for years it was like he used to treat me on some he didn't understand why I was mad, you know what I'm saying? And and it was like he couldn't understand why I was mad, but he didn't know my story. You know what I'm saying? And you know how it's crazy because when it's your parents, man, when it's the people that you love, like you love on a level where you are putting yourself in a vulnerable situation type love, we judge that a little harder. We judge that a little harder. We think people have a major expectation or a major responsibility to hold us down and be there for us and love us. You know what I'm saying? We feel that way, and I was very angry. I was very angry growing up. And when I started to mature and started to try to find solace in my story, that's when I started to have a better understanding. I started to try to work on forgiveness, you know. And with my father, it was a little easier because he didn't fight it. You know what I'm saying? It was, he knew, he dropped the ball. And it was just like, what I'm saying, he apologized and sincerely apologized. And he thanked me for breaking the generational curse of our family. And you know what I'm saying? And he works on building a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so it became a little easier to let him in. That acknowledgement of accountability. You that right there, man, it meant the world. Straight up. It meant the world. And I'm so happy that he did that because it allows me to be a better father. You know what I'm saying? Being able to, I ain't gonna say close that chapter of my life, but you know what I'm saying? At least be able to pin some notes in the columns and shit. So damn I have a better understanding of the story, you know? Have a better understanding of the story. Ah man. I mean, this was a growth week. This was a growth week. And I'm so honored and thankful to have experienced it. I'm so thankful for my family and the people that are in my life, and I have family that, we were really not on the best of terms. You know what I'm saying? We're really not on the best of terms. And I'm doing my best to figure out ways, to work through that and work that out. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, nobody wins when the family feuds. Nobody wins when the family feuds. And I'm doing my best to move forward and move past things. I'm doing my best, you know, and I'm just thankful, extremely thankful for this week. Extremely thankful for this week, man. It's like, even at 42, I'm still growing up. I'm still maturing. I'm still growing. Greatness is a continuous thing, and it's a continuous improvement thing. Kaizen. I know I've said this before. Kaizen, continuous improvement. One more. Yeah, man. I'm at Relax, always doing business. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, today was, excuse me, there we go. I'm at Relax, I'm always doing business. But this past week was just a growth week, great growth week, an emotional week for real. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, if I was a softer guy, I'll probably be in tears from this past week, man. It was so damn beautiful. It was so damn beautiful, man. I mean, my heart is full. My heart is full. I got to see and spend so much time with so much of the family. I got to, like I said, kick it with my pops. You know what I mean? Like that was like the first time that we kicked it. You know what I'm saying? I'm 42, man. I'm still giddy from shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still giddy from shit like that, man. You know, I just feel like we missed so much time, and we're gonna make up for it. We're gonna do what we can to make up for the time. You know, I'm gonna start taking trips out to Houston. So Houston, Texas, I'm gonna be out there rocking with y'all. I'm gonna start coming out to Texas. I love Houston. You know what I'm saying? I love Houston. So I'm gonna just start coming out there a little more. You know what I mean? Enjoying your great city and shit like that. You might see me pop up with the old man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And we got the same name too. And it's crazy. Look, we got the same name and we both Leos. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is just nuts, man. So we acted, it's crazy. It was crazy. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. Listen, man, if you're a father, even if you're a father that wasn't in your children's life, it's never too late, man. If they're here, if they're alive, if they're here, it's never too late. Please, man, please get in contact with your family. Please, please just mend them fences. Mend them fences. They need you, man. They need you. I talked to a few fathers, and it kind of made me sick. You know what I'm saying? Especially it was one guy I rock with, man. I respect it. I rock when I respect it. Until we had that conversation, I lost all respect in that moment. Until we had that conversation. You know, he was a guy who he wasn't the day to day in his kid's life. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and so his kids don't really have a relationship with him, and he's pissed at them about that. You know, he like, I'm reaching out and stuff, and he pissed at them about that. But I'm like, not only, I mean, in the same breath, where he complaining that the kids ain't like spending time with him or helping him out because he need help. Talking about the kids at the same breath, he gonna tell me he still don't think the kid's his. He want a DNA test. Man, them kids is in their fucking 40s and shit like that. You want a DNA test? How the fuck do you why? This is why you don't have a relationship with them. Because you treat them like they're not yours. And you say fucking stupid shit like that. That's fucking dumb, nigga. If you got a fucking question, you get the question answered. You don't fucking try to make them motherfucking kids feel fucked up because of that shit. You don't make them try to look at their mama sideways because of that shit. That's some weak ass nigga shit. Nigga telling me he done had a drug problem for all these years, been smoking crack and shit. Like, and you saw yourself as a good nigga? It's fucking sickening, man. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. Iron sharpens iron, my man. And we got to do better. We can't allow, you know what I'm saying? And my decree for real, my decree, if a man ain't holding down his fucking family, he can't be in my circle. That's my decree. If you don't hold down your family, you can't be in my circle. If you ain't got a relationship with your kids, you can't be in my circle. Cause that's weak nigga shit. We supposed to be doing some legacy. How the fuck I'm supposed to trust you? And you can't even, and your kids can't even depend on you and trust you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So yeah, man. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my little soapbox when it comes to that. But yo, man, for real, this was a growth week, a beautiful, beautiful growth week. Man, shout out to my pops, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my pops, man, in Texas, Houston. He touched back down fucking on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pops, man. Can't wait to see you again, man. Had a great fucking time with you. I'm trying to see the world with you, my boy, because I feel like we'll have a great time everywhere we go. You know what I'm saying? We got a similar sense of humor in every motherfucking thing. You know what I mean? It's an only, I'm gonna tell you the difference. The biggest difference between me and my pops is he grew up in the church and I grew up in the street. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest difference between us. You know what I'm saying? I'm rough as fuck around the edges. And I know what I'm saying, I'm aggressive as fuck and I go hard as shit, you know what I'm saying? And he is a cool, charismatic, still can get the same shit accomplished but he got his own way. You know what I'm saying? And I love that, man. I hope I'm you know what I mean? I need to spend more time with you so that shit can rub off on me even more. You know what I mean? Because I'm a charismatic nigga, but that was just from the DNA. I ain't didn't get to watch the teacher goddamn teach. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get to watch the teacher teach. You know what I'm saying? And yo, I'm gonna tell you, man. Pops is smooth. You know what I'm saying? Pops is smooth. You know what I mean? We had a good time, man. Had a great time, man. But anyway, man, we gonna wrap this up for the day, man. Come on, man. It was a week of growth, and I feel like I will say again, man. My heart is full. My heart is full, and I think as a black man, we don't get those moments enough, and I want to celebrate it. I want to celebrate this moment right now, man. I want to celebrate the moment of having my heart full. I want to celebrate the moment of being acknowledged, and I got a pops. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit, nigga. I feel good about that shit, nigga. Hey, nigga. Yo, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Again, congratulations to my sons. Congratulations to my niece. I love y'all. Y'all did fantastic. You whoop school ass, and you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You going on to the next chapter, and you go whoop the next chapter ass too. You know what I'm saying? Because in this family, we whoop ass. We don't take ass whoopers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. Be great, because all it is greatness in you. And anything else in you, you better use it as a tool for your greatness. Rumble, young people, rumble. This is I'm So Great podcast. I am Mso the Great. Yes, I am great. And because I bring great to the plate, I fucked my tagline up of who gets. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we love y'all, man. America, the world. I had a great week. I hope you have a great week too. Love you guys. See you on the next one.